College football season is nearly here. We're here at the Big 12 Media Days. I'm Ryan Aber from NewsOK.com and the Oklahoman, here with Jason Kersey. Jason, Oklahoma doesn't get started until tomorrow, Tuesday. Baker Mayfield, a little bit of the talk today, though, as Texas Tech goes, but there's plenty to talk about with Oklahoma football coming into Media Days.
Yeah, and I think Baker Mayfield's going to be a big topic of conversation today when Cliff Kingsbury goes for his press conference and has his availability. Some of Baker Mayfield's former teammates will be here to talk, and we'll obviously be asked about him. And then tomorrow will really be all about Trevor Knight, because Trevor Knight is here representing OU, which is a little bit odd because Bob Stoops rarely makes his quarterbacks available if there's a competition going on. And so the fact that he would bring him here, I think, strikes everybody as a little bit strange.
Why do you think, though, that Trevor Knight was brought into this situation with the quarterback situation the way it is, as open as it is, the competition's still going on, but Trevor Knight is still among OU's representatives?
I think that more than anything, he's here as a team leader. He's, they know that they can trust him not to say anything that's going to be too controversial. They know that he's been a team leader. He was a captain last year. He was very much at the forefront of the response to the SAE controversy, and so I feel like that's why he's here. He's here more as a team leader, but the problem is, obviously, by being here, he's being put in a position where he's going to get asked a lot about the quarterback battle, and he's going to have to be ready to answer for that.
Yeah, there's no doubt that will be a huge topic of conversation, but there's plenty more from this team that struggled through last season, even got blown out in the bowl game, the Russell Athletic Bowl by Clemson. There's plenty of questions on defense as well. Eric Stryker will be here. Sterling Shepard will be among the guys we'll interview. But out of those guys, outside of Trevor Knight, what are some of the things that you're most looking forward to hearing?
Well, I think every one of the other three guys that OU's bringing are going to be interesting. You have Ty Darlington, the senior center, who, in addition to being able to talk about football, he can talk about a wide range of things, the new rules, the full cost of attendance, all those sorts of hot topics. He's been very involved in all of that. He was even a student-athlete representative at the convention in Washington, D.C., so that'll be really interesting to talk to him about. And then in football, he can talk about the offensive line. They lose five guys who had started before, so they're really going to have to replace a lot, and that was very much a team strength last year. With Eric Stryker, obviously, he's a defensive leader. He can talk about the defense and how they plan to improve off of last year when they were just dismal in a lot of those losses. And Eric Stryker's been a fascinating voice in all of this SAE controversy, and I'm sure he'll be asked about that a lot. And then Sterling Shepard. Interesting to hear from him how the receivers have looked. That was a really weak position for OU last year, particularly after Sterling Shepard went down. So I think it'll be very interesting to hear, who he sees as the guys who they need to step up, because as we know, in Lincoln Riley's offense, he needs a lot of receivers who can play. And last year, OU really had one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Once again, Oklahoma gets started on Tuesday here at Big 12 Media Days in Dallas. You can check out NewsOK.com and the Oklahoman every morning for full coverage of Big 12 Media Days.